What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Let's welcome back again to Football Minutes. Like I always say, Football Minutes is life again. Like I said, hottest show that brings you the most captivating football news, and then the everything, the biggest matches in the Premier League, transfer news, and it's been brought to you by Blueclouds Media, and it's my name is. I don't even know what I'm saying today. My name is Nick Zion, my co-host Steven, and another co-host Ryan. So we got three of us hosting the show today. I don't know how long it's going to take us, but then the match we can go will be an hour, but nothing else. We are previewing the all-anticipated Premier League clash between Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea on Monday evening. We will discuss the latest team news and lineup, as well as our prediction for the match. So, guys, do not go anywhere. It's going to be a very, very interesting stream today, as I got two of my guys. One is Liverpool fan, and the other, you guys know him, Steven. You guys know Ryan, but because of his work, he's not been coming on frequently like he used to. But we're gonna have Ryan, and Ryan will give us a different opinion on how he see the big London derby on Monday evening, and also we'll be spending so much time on the controversial win for Newcastle against Arsenal yesterday. We'll look into it. There's so many talk of the town, things that are going on. We will discuss it on this platform. So, like I said, welcome back again to the channel. My name is Neil Steven, and then Ryan is here with us. We'll take you through the next hour of streaming. So, guys, do not go anywhere. Just sit down, relax, and we'll be right back in a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome back again. Like I said, I will be right back after the that short break. So we are back. Steven and Ryan is here with me. I think we have Steven here now. Steven, big game on Monday. Tottenham Hotspurs and Chelsea will be clashing, and we're going to look into the head-to-head and see who have the upper hand over the other. Steven, welcome back to the stream today.
Yeah, it's good to be back on. It's been a while, just been ill and stuff. But yeah, I'm back now and looking forward to another good stream.
Yes, I know we don't usually stream on the weekends, especially Saturdays and Sundays. We give ourselves a break, but because the game is supposed to be on Monday evening,
Tomorrow, yeah.
We have to do our preview today. and then we wouldn't have to worry about doing a preview on Monday. We'll do a normal stream, but maybe we might not even do anything on Monday because we're doing a preview today. But let's see. It's all about what we got going on. So, Steven, big game, Angie Postecoglou ex-life is making statements in the Premier League, and also we know it's not been that good for Mauricio Pochettino since he took over as a Chelsea manager. It's been ups and downs, and some of the players also haven't performed very, very well. We've also not been lucky. Chelsea hasn't been lucky with in terms of a number of injury players that has been out and recovering players. So, what are we looking at, Stephen? Press conference reactions and everything that you've already read. What were we looking at?
Um, don't really know if you have a set order for what you want to do. But yeah, so after the Arsenal result, Ange Postecoglou's Tottenham are the last remaining unbeaten team in the Premier League this season. And it's got to be time for Chelsea to show up and Poch to return and make it a bad day for his former club.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Before we go on, let me get this thing out of the way. Big up to you, Gulam Mustafa. He said, big up me for up to like it. Thank you very much. You already got 6 likes. Thank each and every one of you that have put a like on the video. Big up everyone coming from Gulam again. DJ Sub, thank you very much. DJ Sub, I hope you're doing very well. It's been a while. He said, big up me and the panel. Big up to yourself. Gulam said, welcome back, Stephen. Just at least we are not playing a low block team tomorrow. The game will be very, very open. This suits us better, which is true. Spot on, DJ Sav. I think Chelsea does much better with teams that open up to want to, attack Chelsea in all corners. So yes, that's the kind of game that suits Chelsea. But the only important thing is how we finish. How we finish. So thank you very much, guys, for sending your comment. Gulam Mustafa, DJ Sav, and I think Phantom. I know Phantom is not going to be here for now. He's traveled to Taiwan. He'll be back later to. He'll be back to Manila later on. So Phantom, I hope you're doing very well. Later when you watch the video, remember I mentioned your name here. Steven,
Yep.
we're gonna look at the injury list so far. Players that will be available for the big game today. Before we bring on the, we all gonna see a diagram and see if we can do our own, predicted 11. If not, if it's gonna be too much of a headache, we're gonna move on because I don't think we're gonna end up seeing so much Chelsea players in that list. Tottenham are playing very well. They are on top of the league table. I think. No, I think now it is Man City, right? Man
Man
City are
City.
on top
Man
with
City.
Tottenham second,
Yeah. No,
with
are they
Arsenal
second?
being the second and third
Yeah, they're
place.
second because Arsenal lost. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll look at if we cannot do the combined 11, we might probably do predicted 11 and see what players that we can change and who we can bring in our own perspective. So here we go, Steven. Injury players, can you start that with us whilst I go through my list?
I actually don't have a second screen, so I'm gonna try off the top of my head. So what I do know is that both Adogi and Ben Davies, both Spurs left backs, are doubts. I believe both need fitness tests.
Okay.
I think it's Solomon is out, and there was another two players that are out as well. But I don't have a second screen to hand at the moment. But yeah, I know they've got about three players out, and then obviously both left backs being a doubt as well. For Chelsea, Mudrik's back in full training, so he should be available, ready to go. Broya should be able to make the bench according to Poch, so that's good. And then obviously Nkunku, Chukwuemeka, Bettinelli, he's third choice keeper, so I tend to leave him out anyway.
Okay.
Nkunku, yeah, basically there's no point me listing who's not out for us. It's probably easier to list who's not out for us.
I mean, from based on what you shared with us earlier on, I can help you out on that aspect.
Yeah.
If you
But
look at the
basically,
team
my point
news,
is we got so many injuries, it's probably easier list who's not injured.
Okay. With Tottenham Hotspur, they don't have a whole lot of players going out. They have Evan Perisic, who will be doubtful for that game. Ryan Sossignon and I think
Perisic,
Mano
Sessegnon,
Solomon.
and Manuel Solomon are out, and then Adogi, and Davies, which are the two left backs, are both
Mhm.
doubts. But
Okay.
the interesting thing is Perisic, obviously last season, obviously before they got Ange, was at times playing sort of a left back, left wing back role as well. So it'd be interesting if neither left back passes a fitness test to see who they're going to play there. So yeah, it could be someone getting tested.
All right. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Liverpool. I call him Mr. Liverpool because yeah, he's a Liverpool fan, but part of a Blueclouds media channel. Mr. Ryan, welcome back to the stream.
Thank you very much, Nizan. Thanks, Stephen, and good to be here. Lots to discuss.
Man, your voice have changed. It sounds like you've been rapping. Are you a rapper?
Yeah, MC Ryan.
Yeah, yes, your voice sounds very deep. I like that. I like that voice. It'll be good for radio broadcasting. I love that voice. Anyway, all right. So Ryan, so yeah, big game on Monday evening. It's a big London derby, and we know the rivalry between Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea. When these two teams, Chelsea have deprived Tottenham Hotspur in winning so many things in so many occasions. So this time, do you think the new manager Angie Postecoglou, who has been he's been all around. He's a traveling manager. He's been in Australia. He's been to China. He's been on around. Now he's taking that difficult task at the Premier League, managing a team like Tottenham Hotspur, who have seen world class managers managing the club. You're talking about Jose Mourinho. You're talking about what's his name again? Antonio Conte. Now it is a manager who hasn't win nothing in the world level, which is Angie Postecoglou. Do you think that this man can take Tottenham Hotspur to the next level, beating Chelsea on Monday evening, and for them to have their Premier League, would I say, winning the Premier League becomes a reality? What do you make of him himself and how he's managed the whole Tottenham team?
Wow, big question. um, yeah, listen, Tottenham have started well. I think they've had easy fixtures, but they managed to avoid injuries to key players like Madison and Son, who are in very good form. Surprisingly, they're defending well as well. If you look at the statistics, they've got one of the best defensive records of any of the teams in the Premier League so far this season. We're used to them, leaking goals, being very Spursy, but so far this season they've had a strong start. I think their luck and good run comes to an end tomorrow. I'm picking Chelsea to beat Spurs. It's a bold.
What makes you think so?
It's a bold call. I know, but and I know Chelsea are off the back of a poor result in their last game, but I um I think Chelsea have shown enough good form in the last month. Let's say I know it's been up and down, but they've shown enough good form in an attacking sense that I think that they can probe and exploit the weaknesses that Spurs have, especially in the midfield and defense. And Chelsea have a good record, away from home playing Spurs, whether it was White Hart Lane or at the London Stadium. So I think they can win.
I do agree with you. I do agree with you in so many ways and so many aspects. But let's see what Steven got to say. Steven,
Mhm.
you heard Liverpool fan Ryan describe the whole thinking that Chelsea have the upper edge over Tottenham Hotspurs. Do you agree with him?
I mean,
And why?
if we want to look at it in depth, we have the better record against them. I know that I sent you a picture. If you want to get that up, feel free.
Yeah, I'll get that.
About the record, 62 games, whatever it is, about 20 odd draws. They've only won 8 games, Tottenham, between the two teams in the Prem.
Mhm.
But even if we don't look at that historical data and we just look at it this season, we haven't played well against low blocks, but the teams that come to attack, the teams like Arsenal, like Liverpool, these are the teams that we look very good against and we look dangerous, like we can get some points. The issue we have is the low blocks, and Spurs aren't a low block. The game, in terms of the styles, yeah, you know how in like boxing and stuff they say styles make fights, right?
Yeah.
In football, it's very much a similar thing. Styles make games, right? For us, if someone's attacking us, we know that we can counter them with the pace of players like Mudryk, yeah? And that's to our benefit. And at the end of the day, Spurs, feel free to attack us because we'll come right back at you with our pace and we'll do to you what we did to Arsenal with hopefully no mistake from our goalkeeper to cost us the game.
Guys, if you're watching live, the head-to-head is right on the screen, which we're sharing with you. The total wins between Chelsea and Spurs is right on the screen, which both teams have played 62 games in our competition. They've drawn 21 of them. And if you look at the number of wins, it's all Chelsea. Chelsea have won 33 of those out of 62, which is very, very good, impressive win against Tottenham. And Chelsea have a huge upper hand over Tottenham Hotspur, and the Spurs have won just 8 of them. In terms of their home and away, Chelsea have won 19 in their own backyard, which Tottenham have won 7 of them in their backyard. And this is all competition. And one away, they've won just one away. I think at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea have won 14 at their own backyard, which is White Hart Lane, and the number of draws is 21. So that is the head to head between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur. So that is why I kind of agree with Ryan in terms of statistics that Chelsea can win this game, but we are in a different era, and also what Steven just said, the way Chelsea plays, it's a bit different suits the big teams that plays attacking football. Chelsea found it very difficult playing a low block team, just like DJ Saab also said in the comment section earlier on. So we can look at this and say this is a paperwork, this is statistics head to head, and Chelsea can have the upper edge over Tottenham Hotspur. But now we have a different manager, different philosophy, different mentality, and well-drilled Tottenham Hotspur's team, who are literally second place in the Premier League till now. Well, my brother Steven will say the Tottenham Hotspurs or Arsenal are like elephants. You don't know how they get to top of the tree, but all you know that they will definitely fall. How long will the elephant stay on top of the tree? No one know how they got there. Did they use the ladder? Did they climb the tree? No one knew, but they're there for a reason and they will fall soon. I don't know what Ryan, what do you make of that?
Yeah, no one knows how they got up there, but we know what's going to happen, right? They're going to eventually fall down. But we have to be balanced here, and we have to commend Spurs for an excellent start to the season. Who would have thought that 10, 11 games into the season, they would be the team that's undefeated. So we have to give them credit. I also think Postecoglou's done well coming in and really identifying a formation and style of play, a 4-2-3-1, with kind of a triangle midfield with Sarr and Bissouma, and then Maddison further up as a number 10. I think it's a very stable formation, and it kind of brings the best out of them from an attacking sense. And then also, Postecoglou's done well with the signings he's made. He's integrated those players very quickly into the Premier League and into the starting 11. The one that probably has impressed me the most is the young centre-back. What's his name? Van de Ven?
Van de Ven.
Yeah.
Mark Van de Ven.
Yeah.
He's been impressive.
I think he's been very impressive. He's been rock solid. 22 years old, coming into the Premier League. So far, he's shown very good form. He's strong. He's got good temperament, positioning. I think he'll be a top centre back in years to come.
He looks kind of rapid as well. That's the other thing. Like, he looks like he's got a bit of pace about him. So if he was to get caught out of position, he could quite easily make up that ground.
I do
Definitely.
agree with what Ryan just said. 100% Ryan. Thank you very much. Look at the work that Angie Postecoglou have done with Tottenham Hotspur. They're almost the same players. Nothing much has been changed. A little bit have been brought in, but then the mindset, the way he manages the players, is managing them very very well. He's not throwing them under the bus. He's not throwing the ownership under the bus like we saw Antonio Conte did. He said Tottenham Hotspurs have done this. They've not win nothing. Well, they haven't win nothing. We know they haven't win nothing, but who is there to make them win something? That's why they brought you
Mm-hmm.
as a world class manager to get a tune out of these players. So I think that he deserves so much credit. Postecoglou deserves so much credit, and Spurs did a very very good job. They brought this man in at the right time. It took them through preseason, and now look at the effort that they put in is really paying off right now. Steven,
Mm-hmm.
Angie, what do you make of him so far?
Yeah, I think many Spurs fans and us rivals sort of wrote them off. And look, so far he's proven us wrong. Will he continue to do that? Who knows? But it's it was you can argue it was wrong to write him off, but at the same time, you as a manager of Celtic, it's always you or Rangers. So everyone was right to have their doubts about will he be able to do it when he comes to the Prem and to a team that's like one of the traditional big six teams. But just quickly going away from that for a second, right? The big thing I want to highlight about this head-to-head graphic, yeah, now that we've got it up, right,
Okay.
is the home and away. So Spurs are at home. They've won 7 games at their stadium against us. Out of their 8 games they've won against us in the Prem, 7 of those have been at their stadium. However, and this is the big thing, we've won 14 at Spurs. So if you want to talk averages, on average, for every 1 win they have, we have 2 against them at their stadium.
That's right.
If we're taking the draws out of it and we're just talking wins, because obviously there's draws in there and whatnot as well. And they beat us last season at their stadium. I think it was 2-0, and they hadn't beaten us at their ground for 8 games or something, I think.
Yeah.
So they were winless in 8 games against us at their stadium, and then they beat us 2-0. And like we said already, all of us have touched on, their style suits the way Chelsea are playing as well. But yeah, the big thing going back, because it was only because you still had that on there, I wanted to touch on it quickly.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll come back to more of the head-to-head and the predicted lineup and all that. Before we continue with the stream, let me see what our viewers, cherished viewers, are saying here. Big up to Kaza World 30. Thank you very much, Kaza. I hope you're doing very well, my brother. He says hello, long time, May. Absolutely, I've been around. I hope. You can tune in more of the time and see what we got on this platform. Gulam said that Tottenham also play a high line, which means that Chelsea will get chance to play balls in behind, similar to the Liverpool game at Stamford Bridge. We have to take those chances this time. We have to finish very well. Thank you very much, Gulam Mustafa. Then DJ Sab also dropped another message. He said a comment. He said Madison has been an excellent signing for Spurs. Basuma looks like the player he was at Brighton before he got that bad injury. Okay. I think he corrected
That is
himself here.
going to be an excellent
duel in midfield with Caicedo. We can't wait to see what it's going to look like. Postecoglou, meanwhile, could become the first manager to win his first 5 home games in the Premier League since Craig Shakespeare did so with Leicester City in 2017. I don't know what happened to Craig Shakespeare after the sack of the Tinker Man. He was there for a little bit and then they fired him. Man, I don't know why,
Yeah,
but let's see.
it is what it is.
Sorry, typo error. Okay, DJ, that's okay. Thank you very much, guys. So we'll move on from
I
there.
mean, just quick though.
Go ahead,
Brian
Steven.
touched on Sa. I think it's that Pap Meta Sa, right?
Mhm.
Is in the midfielder for Tottenham,
Okay.
which I think that's the most impressive thing, right? He's got him playing well when he plays, and he's one of the players that you would have had down as someone who's likely going to get sold. I think that's the
Yeah.
impressive thing is that if if anyone was to look at um that Spurs squad pre their signings, so what they had based on who came back from loans. I think he was actually out on loan last season. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was out on loan last season. So if we take the players who came back from loan and the ones that were there before they made any signings, he would have been one
Yeah.
of the ones I would have thought would be gone. 100%, I would have had him down as someone going out the door.
Yeah, I think this is where Postecoglou deserves a lot of credit and praise because he's managed to get a tune out of players that had big question marks. And as Stephen said, that were probably in the shop window in the summer and could have been sold. The likes of Bissouma, and also the one he's improved the most is Romero.
Madison. Okay, players that
Romero,
were already there. Players that
Christian
were already
Romero,
there.
yeah, players who are there. Christian Romero, last season compared to this season, it's a different player.
I
He's
agree.
actually showing defensive discipline, and
And why
it's
can't he improve a good player, number 9 player like Richarlison? Why can't he get the best out of him?
yeah. I mean, I think beginning of the season, Son was played out wide left, and then Richarlison down the middle. But he just doesn't score goals. He doesn't score enough goals. So they've almost had to switch the two. Son is now playing central, up front, conventional striker, and Richarlison is out wide on the left. Um, you know, Richarlison wasn't a Postecoglou signing, right? He preceded his time. So yes, it's a difficult one. Richarlison is not a prolific goal scorer. He never has been.
Well, I mean, a lot of people were thinking because of Harry Kane being there, it's hindering the progress of Richarlison and also hindering the progress of Human Song. But then when Harry Kane leaves, maybe we're gonna see the best from Richarlison. But then it looks like, just like you said, he's not the guy. He's not a prolific goal scorer. But you can tell that it is still in Human Song who has taken the Spurs team to a different level. So, should in case there's a big injury, I'm not saying that should happen. I mean, injury will happen one way or the other. If Human Song should go down in terms of injury, it means that the goal scoring is going to be reduced. I know the other guy that plays on the right hand side,
Kulusevski.
Kulisevsky. I know he's also been banging in the goals, but you think him and Richarlison can do without the presence of Human Song?
Yeah, it's very difficult. They're very reliant on Madison and Son, aren't they, in terms of creativity and goal scoring. Richarlison, the statistics don't look good. I mean, he's been at Tottenham almost 1.5 seasons now, and he's only scored 5 goals. Is that
Sorry
right?
about that. It's
I mean,
not
that's
very
just
many. Let's
that's
put it that way.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there are
just
questions
it's not
over
enough
here.
goals.
It's not enough goals.
The one thing I'll
It's not
quickly
enough
say,
goals.
though,
Ryan said there's a question, and also there's a comment coming from Gulam Mustafa. Says Spurs plays 4-2-3-1 formation with Basuma sitting behind Sa and Madison. Spurs fullback regularly inverting into midfield and often popping up with Madison dropping deeper at times. So that's the style of Postecoglou and his Tottenham Hotspur. So DJ Sav brought in a question. Question for you guys: would Jackson start this game, or do we go with Modric, Sterling, and Palmer as our front three? Those three those three done excellent against Arsenal?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very, very big question. I have my
Um,
opinion on that, and I'm sure DJs have. That's a question he's asking. No, I know Ryan is taking note of it. Steven's also taking note
mm-hmm.
of that. DJ Sampson, we played better without a striker against Spurs. I want Jackson to do well. However, when he starts, we don't seem to be effective in the front line. Gulam
His
also said that
confidence
Postecoglou
is on the
side.
ground, though.
What was that, Steven?
Jackson's confidence is on the floor right now. That's
Yeah.
the issue. I'll quickly get to it, and then like you can come back. I'll just say a quick thing on this. Like I can come back more detail in a sec. But my whole thing with this, right, is I did the predicted lineup in like my server. You know the one I'm on about. I think I ended up changing it to Palmer up top because Palmer was the one who was playing false nine against Arsenal, and he has the most height out of him, Mudryk and Sterling. So
Yeah.
I would actually do that because Broya's not going to be fit to start, yeah. And Jackson's confidence is on the floor, so you don't want to be starting Jackson and then him getting frustrated with himself. You want to sort of bring him off the bench, maybe say we're 1-0 up or something. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to happen, whatever. But say we went 1-0 up, bring him off the bench. Let's try and build him some confidence because then the pressure's not on his shoulders as much.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree. I mean, like I said, Mauricio Pochettino is also thinking otherwise. I don't know what Ryan's thoughts on this question will be. Pochettino is also thinking otherwise because taking him out, not starting him in a big game, might also affect his confidence. A player, it will also affect his confidence because, you know, but it's a question I'm going to ask everyone later on if I could remember before the show comes to an end. So, like I said, Poch would like to start in, although we all agree that his confidence is right now. It's not even on the floor, it's somewhere left in the dressing room. I don't know who can bring it back to this guy. Confidence is way, way down. Phantom, thank you very much. Phantom, I wasn't expecting you here today, but you are back here, Phantom. Thank you very much for joining the show. DJ Sap, so we play better without a striker against Spurs. I want Jackson to do well. However, when he starts, we don't seem to be effective on the front line. Thank you very much, DJ Salva. Postacoglu's side will look to isolate Chelsea's fullback 1v1 with their wingers before cutting the ball back across the box. This is how they score the second goal away at Crystal Palace. So we'll be taking note of that. I know Pochettino will be examining the game very well and be taking note of that. Thank you very much, Phantom, for liking the video. Guys, please do not forget, once you get in here, the best thing you can do to help this channel is to like it. And big up to HB on Facebook. Those that are watching live on Facebook, thank you very much. On Blueclouds Media on Facebook, thank you for watching and liking the video. Also, thank you very much. I couldn't see the first names, but I tried. It says YHB. I'm sure that's the name. But thank you very much for liking the video on Facebook. Also, Gulam said that during Spurs match against Liverpool, Cody Gakpo found joy drifting in behind Basuma, and Palmer could pick up the ball in these key areas where he can assess Raheem or Jackson or score himself. So that's the thing that a lot of players will be looking out for. I want to love you forever. Just send a comment in there. He says, "Hello, my brother. I hope everyone is well today. Just know I'm joining due to school work, cooking, and taking care of the family together. Hopefully, Chelsea can pull off a win tomorrow. Thank you very much. With all your busy schedule, you still find time to join us here. Thank you very much. I want to love you forever." Then we have score predictions soon. Okay. Human Song 2 Chelsea 0. Thank you very much, Phantom, for your imaginary predicted score line. Phantom, I'm not taking that here on my platform. But anyway, I'll take your prediction. Ryan, what do you make of the comments that came in regarding Nicholas Jackson, Mr. Ryan?
Yeah, Nee, would you be able to just highlight that comment for me? I do remember it.
Okay.
It was
That's a
about
there was a question. It
Jackson's
was
form,
a
wasn't it?
question. Yeah, it was a question coming from a DJ Sipes. This question for you guys: will Jackson start this game, or do we go with Modric and Sterling, and Palmer as our front three? These three done excellent against Arsenal. What's your thoughts on that?
Uh, oh, that's a tough one. I do like Mudryk, Sterling, and Palmer as a front three. But you won your last match against Blackburn. You played
Yeah,
Palmer and Sterling, but then who else played? Was it Gallagher? Behind
Palm.
Jackson played, but Gallagher was behind Jackson. So it was like a front four.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
4-2-3-1, like we normally do, basically.
Yeah. I think I like that team as well. Palmer, Sterling giving the width, Gallagher behind Jackson. You could go with that. And then Mudryk off the bench.
I think Mudryk could give them more problems. I think we need to start all three of Mudryk, Palmer, and Sterling. But that's why I said I would put Palmer up top, though, because Palmer, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he is around 6 foot. So he does have a little bit more height to him than Mudryk, than Sterling. So obviously, if you're playing a false nine, I would still want someone with height. I don't want to be playing Sterling there who runs into everyone all the time.
And no, and wouldn't do anything with it.
Right, exactly. But also, okay, maybe he can cut in, play it into Palmer, or at least if we're trying to cross and you've got Palmer as a false nine, for example, there is that little bit of height because he
Yeah.
is a few inches taller than Sterling. So there is a chance he can get on the end of a header. Because otherwise, you put it in the air for no reason, or you drill it across like we've tried to do. We drill it across, and then no one blimmin' pops up there to tap it in. Like, what's the point in doing that? Like, makes no sense. But yeah, I think protect Jackson because he's out of form. Bring him off the bench, or bring Broyer off the bench because Broyer's got to be fit enough to be on the bench apparently. So build up his minutes again off the bench. Maybe just like have Jackson there as an insurance off the bench in case.
Do you guys think Noni Madueke could start?
Noni Madueke. I'm not so sure, but we're getting close to see the predicted starting lineup. DJ Sav said, I think Mauricio Pochettino made that statement during press conference. He said, yeah, Reece James will be starting the game against Spurs. So yeah, he said I've seen some people on social media saying Reece James not to start this game. I disagree. I think tomorrow will be a vital for us, and he is our captain. Your thoughts on this, please? I know everybody has a different thoughts. I think that Reece James is ready now. From what I saw the other day, he came in. Now I feel like Reece James should be ready because not just an impact player, he's the captain. He's not just a starting 11 player. He's the guy who is carrying the whole team, and he hasn't taken that responsibility in a while. And I feel like if he's ready, he's match fit. This is the right time for him to start a big game against Spurs. But look, to be honest with you, Gusta he's done a very, would I say incredible job in that position. He's done an incredible job in that position. Kudos to Gusta. The way he has come in when Reece is out during injury, he's played a very, very good role. And then I would love to see Gusta start again. But look, I want Reece to be there because he's the club captain. That's the only reason why I want him to start. Nothing else, but I think that.
But we're more dangerous with Reece as well.
Yeah, in terms of crosses that comes in. But who is there to finish those crosses? Who is there? Jackson? Jackson is never in the 18. The guy is just running all the time from our 18 across the center circle, getting into other people's 18 and doesn't do anything. When the crosses come in, number 9 is not there. You can't find Jackson. So
to be fair, he isn't number 9. We don't have an actual player with number 9. If you want to get into technicalities.
Yeah. What do you guys think of DJ Sav's comment? And big up to Phantom Mini Topic and then Gula Mustafa. Thank you very much for all those incredible comments that are coming in. Lovely, lovely. I like those tactics in terms of how Tottenham Hotspur play and how Chelsea can capitalize on their mistakes and how the midfield will be won and all that stuff. Thank you very much. And also Chelsea perspective. Much love to my brother. He keep pushing in, putting in the good work. Thank you very much, my brother. Phantom said Phantom is willing to trade Nico Jackson for Jadon Sancho straight up. All right, let's see
All
about
due
that.
respect,
Gulam said the midfield.
I can't allow that to pass. Sancho hasn't proven anything since he's come to England.
England.
And then you've got the fact that he's fallen out, whether whoever you want to deem in the wrong, both of them or him or the manager, like however you want to class it,
Yeah.
that's not going to help him either, because the way it's painted as if he's the sole person in the wrong. So then clubs are going to be reluctant to take him anyway, potentially, because they might be looking at it as, it looks like he kind of has a bit of an attitude issue and stuff like that. But I wouldn't take him purely, like, not even related to that, just because of what I said about when you look at it, like, what has he done since he's come to England, really? Like, he hasn't proven anything. He's not looking like an elite world-class talent, and that's what we need. We need elite world-class talent, and he isn't that. Okay, people go rebuttal me by saying, what about this player, what about that player in terms of our current team? But they're younger players that have the ceiling that can get to elite. And at the moment, we've got enough of them. We need to now add experience, which Sancho's experienced. I'll give him that. But he's not an elite experienced player. That's what we need. We need the elite experienced players now.
Okay. So Ryan, what do you make of the comments? Just a perspective, believe that Reece James will start. I believe that he's going to start because of the comment or Mauricio Pochettino's statement on I think on Friday. So I believe Jackson, Reece James will be starting. Ryan, do you think he should start or he should come from the bench, considering his injury issues?
Yeah, I mean, taking into account all the circumstances, how long he was out and then he came back and had the injury again. And this is a North London derby. It's going to be intense. It'll be fast paced. Probably would be more sensible to
We're not North
start for him to come off the bench. Sorry, not North London derby. Yeah, it'll be more London derby. It'll be more sensible for him to come off the bench.
All right, so thank you very much. I think it's said
Can you guys hear me, by the way, in my back?
Yeah, well, now we can hear you. Were you talking earlier on?
No, I got a call. As I was talking, I got a call. I was just saying to Ryan, we're not North London. Don't put us in the bracket with them terrible teams.
Sorry. Slip of the tongue.
All right. So
but I do think Reece to start, though, just quickly. I think Reece to start. He started midweek, and it's a big game. You have to start him. If he was ready to start midweek, he's ready to do another 60 minutes at a minimum, which is what he done midweek anyway. So at minimum, you get about 60 minutes out of him, then you chuck Gusto in for the last 30. Whoa.
All right.
That was the loudest firework I've
Jackson
ever heard.
is the new Timo Werner. Phantom of any topic. I don't know. Phantom, big up. Big up. He says you're being critical on Jackson. He is going to. He's going
through a bad patch. Don't write him off as you did Werner.
Yeah, Phantom of many topic all the time. Very well, Steven. Phantom will trade Jackson for Oliver. Is Oliver Giroud X straight up? Okay. Gulam said Oliver Giroud is a great goalkeeper to Phantom.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
The other week when he went and goal, do you know what AC Milan did after that? They were selling goalkeeper shirts with his name on it.
Yeah, I think he got from what I heard, they sold lots of money. They've got lots of money from selling Olivier Giroud's goalkeeper shirt with his name on it. he did
I
good.
think
Olivier
that's
Giroud.
brilliant. That's absolute
Yeah,
housery.
that's a nice marketing strategy, though. Nice marketing
Yeah,
strategy to make money. I love that. Olivier Giroud has been he's trying. I wouldn't say he's trying. He put himself there to be a player that people will remember forever. He's not a controversial person, but he's always there making headlines for just the right reason. We
he
saw
does the
Peter
right
Cech,
things,
we saw
and
JT
he's
did the
never in
same thing
trouble.
also. Yeah. All right, so guys, Ryan, Steven, and I, guys, if you're watching us live, this is Football Minutes, and also you're watching us live on Blueclouds Media. Like I said, this is always brought to you by Blueclouds Media. On YouTube, we're streaming live. On YouTube, we're streaming live. On Facebook, Blueclouds Media on Facebook, and also you can catch us on Chelsea Insight, also the same one on Facebook, also belongs to this channel. DJ Saab said Luton so far are holding off Liverpool. Everyone thought this was a
A
battering
battering.
for them. Yeah, it's Ryan worried. Ryan, I'll get Ryan's opinion in a second. DJ Saab, big up, my brother. Hope you are well. Absolutely, he's doing very well. UTFC, all right. Come in. Metal face, man. Where have you been? Lateness is greatness, he always say. Absolutely. We still got quite some time here. I'm not so sure. The time on my screen is not telling me how many minutes you've streamed, but
We've been
Steven can
going
tell
for
me.
45 minutes. It's 10 to
45
6.
minutes now. Not bad, not bad. So yeah, you're not that late. Metaface Doom, you're not that late. So yeah, Steven. Ryan, what do you make of the comment from DJ Sav? Luton Town is holding Liverpool up.
Yeah, certainly a turn up for the books, a big shock. I would have expected us to be 2 goals up at least. But looking at the statistics, we have dominated the possession, but we've not created enough chances. Only 3 shots on goal against a team that's near the relegation zone. It's not good enough. So we need to just push, keep attacking, and try and get that winner now, and just get the 3 points. Yeah, it's
Agreed. It will be very
frustrating.
embarrassing. It will be
It's
embarrassing if
Darwin
Liverpool
Nunes.
cannot win this game because Luton Town is a boogie team for everyone in the Premier League. So why not Liverpool getting the win from them?
To be fair, didn't they beat Everton? So not everyone's beaten them.
Probably like not
No,
everyone
and then
can beat Chelsea.
and they're not on goal difference. They're not in the relegation zone. They're 17th right now, so you got to give them their flowers.
I still
Gulan
think they
said
get
get
relegated,
Gakpo in.
comfortably relegated.
All right, so guys, the next 7 minutes, we're gonna give it to the big game that took place on Saturday, where Arsenal made a trip to St James's Park, and we saw lots of controversy. Newcastle winning the game by just 1 goal to nothing, and there were so many decisions that you could say or you could argue it went against either Arsenal or either Newcastle themselves seeing themselves as victim from that game. And so many questions were being asked. Why was Kai Havertz was still on the pitch? Why didn't you see red on that tackle on Liverpool? Newcastle player. So we're gonna look in. Then I'm gonna ask start from Steven. Then I go to Ryan or whoever wants to come in. What do they make of the whole entire shambolic performance from Arsenal themselves, and also shambolic refereeing decision on that day? So, Steven, what's your thoughts on that? Take about a minute and a half and summarize everything and what you think went right or wrong on that big game yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't actually see the whole game. I saw the majority of it. But what I would start out saying is, for me, I know some people saying that Kai only caught them with like his trailing leg and whatnot, but I don't think he was in control. And that's one of the criteria that they look at, was the player in control. I don't think he was. Also, you look at how he went absolutely flying in. If he properly caught him with his first leg, that's potential ankle breaker. Like, not even joking. If he catches him with his lead leg, that is really bad. Even catching him with his back leg, like you saw how he went down, like it was still very like aggressive, even though he caught him with his back leg. But the issue I have here is the ref booked Kai. It did then go to VAR, and then the refs booked about 3 Newcastle players for defending their teammate. But then all the Arsenal lot got involved in the sort of pushing and shoving and sort of handbags, if you want to call it that, as people used to sort of refer to stuff like that as. And he didn't book them. And then the Newcastle players, understandably annoyed, they're doing silly things. You look at Bruno, what he did to Jorginho. I thought it was Kai initially. You look at what he did to Jorginho when he went into him, hit him with his sort of forearm and whatnot, and then I think he then shoved Jorginho again later in the back with his forearm again. So the ref completely lost control because of how he handled that challenge from Kai Havertz. Completely lost it. Because then you had silly challenges flying in by both teams. And the ref didn't try to stamp authority on the game again. So there's an issue there as well. The goal, look, for once it seems like they're sticking to the clear and obvious, right? From the angles we've seen, it's not clear and obvious the ball's gone out. It may look like that, but because some people, if they're Arsenal fans and stuff, seem to forget, the ball is spherical. So from the angle we have, it may look out, but if you're looking down the line, for example, the smallest bit of the ball might actually be where the line is, over the line, essentially touching the line.
Steven, I know in a second, I know we've touched bases on this already, but like I said, on the angles, the pictures that was being revealed to the fans to look at it and see where the officials are judging the game from. It's what they saw. And from the angle for the picture states that the ball is out. Would you blame Arsenal fans for being upset with that ruling?
But it doesn't show that because the angle isn't definitive enough to say the ball's definitely out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no definitive way to say, even from that angle, the ball's out of play. Even from that angle, I actually thought it might be in because we've seen it before where, because of the angle we see, we think it's out, but then you see later on, like, it's actually, like, just touching the line. That's why when I saw it, I didn't think it was out. I thought it was in because we've seen that situation before. But I've got to go in a second anyway. So I was just going to say, basically, Arsenal fans and Arteta are complaining, yeah? But at the end of the day, they literally did absolutely everything to try and disallow that Newcastle goal. They checked if it went out of play. They checked a foul. They checked offside. Apparently, they still checked handball, even though it didn't come up on our screens. They checked 3, 4, 5 things. And it wasn't clear and obvious, so they couldn't give it as a disallowed goal. So Arsenal should stop complaining. Arteta should stop complaining because when it happened with Liverpool and Tottenham, he sat there and said mistakes happen and all this. But now, it's embarrassing and I'm ashamed to be a part of this and all that rubbish. You can't have it both ways. If it's make a mistake when it doesn't include you, then it's make a mistake when it includes you and it goes against you as well.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much, Stephen, for sharing that with us. So let me take Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan, what's your 2 cents on what you make of the decision and the statement that Arteta made, and then also the club is backing him? If you guys are watching, we'll come to the statement that is on the screen. We'll come back to that later on. But Mr. Ryan, what do you make of the game yourself? And do Arsenal deserve anything out of the game at St. James's Park, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't think Arsenal deserves anything. I don't think they played their best. They were well short of their best. In fact, it was a scrappy game, lacked quality. The goal was obviously controversial, but I agree 100% with what Steven said. The referee just lost control. He had no control. And a lot of players out there lost their heads. Guimaraes, Havertz, when he went lunging into that tackle and had no control, and I personally think that was a red card, just because it was dangerous and he jumped in two-footed. Yeah, he only made contact with, I think, his right leg. So his left leg, he
The right
went
leg.
jumping in, actually missed the player. But we shouldn't give players benefit of the doubt just because they were lucky not making the contact. It was a very dangerous tackle, could have broken the player's leg, could have caused serious long-term injury. So for me, that was a red. But then equally, Bruno Guimaraes, Gary Neville mentioned it on the commentary. The guy, he'd lost his head completely. I don't know what he was angry about, but he just took his arm and then did a karate chop
And
against Jorginho's
according to
head.
the rule, that should have been a red card, right? According to the rules, that was
Yeah,
deliberately. Uh, what was the other word again? Like a false. I don't know, but yeah, according to the rules of the game, it should have been a red card. But Bruno Guimaraes also was on the field.
yeah. So I mean, up to that point, so we would have been, 30th or 40th minute. Both teams should be down to 10 men. Um, and then, fast forward to the second half, you can argue that Arteta probably should have taken Havertz off. It was surprising that he left him on, just because he wasn't really impacting the game. And also, he was on the yellow card, and the crowd was going to give it to him.
Yeah.
And then we have the very, very controversial goal, which I think the referee and VAR, they followed the protocol, and they've said that, there's not clear and obvious evidence that they can overturn the on-field decision, which was a goal, in which case the goal has to stand. So I don't think they've done anything wrong. There's no conclusive evidence that ball was out of play. I don't think it's conclusive that Joel Linton pushed Gabriel. I think that's a 50-50. And then the offside, I think they said that they couldn't draw the lines. So you can't disallow the goal.
I
You
agree with
can't.
you.
Unfortunately,
After the
that's the
game,
rules.
okay. After the game, there was a lot that Arteta said, and I'm surprised how Arsenal Football Club in the whole came in and support this. And they made this is a club statement himself. The club made this statement. Arsenal Football Club says wholeheartedly support Mikel Arteta post-match comments after yet more unacceptable referee and VAR errors on Saturday evening. Would also like to acknowledge the huge effort and performance from our players and traveling supporters at St. James's Park. The Premier League is the best league in the world with the best players, coach, and supporters, all of whom deserve better. PGMOL urgently needs to address the standard of officiating and focus on action, which moves us all on front retrospective analysis, attempted explanations, and apologies. We support the ongoing effort of Chief Refereeing Officer Howard Webb and Wood Walkham working together to achieve the world-class officiating standards our league demands. So this is the statement coming from Arsenal Football Club supporting Mikel Arteta's comment against the officiating from officiating officials, would I say it, on the day, the big game against Newcastle United and Arsenal on Saturday. So, Steven, do you think that Ryan, do you think the statement that Arsenal put up is really okay? Don't you think that they are really undermining the referee's job and making the referee's job more difficult for them in terms of refereeing big games in the Premier League?
Yeah, it's subjective what they're saying. I mean, they're saying unacceptable refereeing and VAR errors. Why don't they be more specific? What do they mean exactly? Which incidents in the game? Give facts. I think it's the whole thing is unnecessary. The statement is just putting more pressure on the referees, and they're just trying to create this Arsenal against the Premier League, Arsenal against the rest of the teams in the Premier League, Arsenal against the referees. They're trying to create that whole environment and scenario, so the future decisions go their way. I don't think that. I think it's a big mistake publishing a statement like that. And I go back to it, Nee. I know why. I know why this has happened, because Arsenal's last game against West Ham. I think West Ham's first goal, Arteta was furious in the Carabao Cup because he felt Ramsdale had been fouled in the lead up, but there was no VAR in that Carabao Cup game. So already that mindset was there, it was brewing, right? And then this has happened in the next game. So, and he's just he's also lost his head. And in the post-match conference, he's just made some very serious allegations, saying it's a disgrace, the goal shouldn't have been allowed, it's embarrassing, and he's clearly very emotional. But Arsenal are not the only club to get decisions against them. It's happened to Wolves several times this season.
Wolves number one.
To Liverpool.
Yeah.
Wolves number one. If anyone deserves to publish a statement, it's Wolves Football Club. And the amount of bad decisions they've had against them. It's happened to Chelsea. It's happened to a lot of clubs in the Premier League. Man United it's happened to. So they're not the only ones, Arsenal. But that statement almost conveys as if they are.
Go ahead, Ryan.
There's almost a bit of arrogance about that statement, that we're the only ones that are the victims of bad VAR and refereeing decisions. That's how it comes across.
I agree with you, Ron. I feel like Arteta and Arsenal Football Club has been a bit too harsh on the referee, whatever, because there have been so many errors. We saw it happen many times, but no one came up with his statement from a football club, and even the manager. We know what happened to Chelsea last season when there was a head pull on Cucurella, but Chelsea did not make any strong statement, and even the manager did not even put up any statement that will I wouldn't say will put himself as the manager on the spotlight or anything of that manner. But also I could say that, would you say that the Premier League official or the referees are too detective, or they don't listen to anyone yet? And since Harold Webb took over as the chief whatever with the PGMOL chief executive of the PGMOL officer, do you think that things have gone so worse for the officiating officials?
Yeah, the number of errors, VAR errors, has been concerning, especially this season. But again, I don't think yesterday there were, apart from the Guimaraes red card and the Havertz, yellow that could have been a red. In terms of the goal, I don't see any VAR error. And the problem is Arteta and Arsenal are mixing objectivity with emotions. They're angry they've lost the game. And they see an accumulation of factors, reasons why the goal could be disallowed. And they're just thinking, because there's two or three, at least one of them must be, legitimate. But I don't see it as a VAR error. They could improve the offside. The push was a 50-50 for me. I don't think it was clear and obvious. Gabriel definitely simulated. He misjudged, couldn't head the ball, and then he lent himself forward. And the ball didn't go out of play. beIN Sports proved it with the 30 minutes after the full-time whistle. beIN Sports, Richard Keys, Andy Gray, they tweeted.
Andy Gray,
yeah, the bird's eye view.
I think Phantom even said something down there in regards to that.
Go for it.
Yeah, Phantom said Cucurella need a haircut. Big up to you, Jimmy. Big up to you, Jimmy. He said that Chelsea 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. That's his prediction. He's put out there. DJ Sab said, love this Arsenal FC crying. Had this gone the other way, they would not complain and moan as their fans have been doing. Coming from a DJ yourself, Teta beginning to sound like Judging Club.
Oh my God, knee. Oh
Yes.
my God. No,
What?
no.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me
Something else has
Liverpool
just
have conceded.
happened. Something. Oh my God.
What is it? Don't tell me Liverpool have
Luton
conceded.
won. Luton won. Liverpool
Boy,
nil.
boy.
Somebody dig me a grave. I can't
I
believe
told
this.
you that Luton has been the
Thank God
boogie
Stephen
boogie
is
team
not
for
on with us right now. Stephen would be absolutely winding me up right now.
DJ Subs, the Luton
Jeez.
1, Liverpool 0 over here.
No,
Gulam Mustafa said,
what's going
Darwin
on?
Nunez, what about him? I told you about that. Darwin Nunez is a shadow of himself. Darwin Nunez has missed a sitter again. Ryan, I told you, hey, can this guy be the guy for you guys going forward? He's not, Ryan. He's not. He's missing too many. I know how you're feeling, Ryan. Sorry, man. I'm digging you out a little bit.
I'm angry.
But
Sorry for the banging, but I'm really, really angry
yeah, that's okay.
right now.
That's okay.
Go on
It's
me.
all right. It's
I'm
all
gonna
right.
go on mute because I'm very
Yeah, I know.
agitated.
I mean, recover yourself in a few minutes right now. I'll get you back on. You get back on when you're ready. Okay, I don't want to force you up. All right, Gulam said, what a season it has been. Absolutely lots of surprises. Tottenham Hotspur is up there. Luton Town down there that everyone is beating right, left, right, center. Look at that. They have a goal up against, and what's the minute? I don't know about that. What's the minutes right now, guys? If you guys are watching the game live, I'm not watching it on the screen. It's not my screen right now. But if you know the minutes, can you share that with me? What's the minute are they on? Let me see if someone is sharing that here.
I
All
think
right,
it's the 83rd minute.
83rd minute.
There's not long
It,
left.
so if as I mean at least as Liverpool can do to get a draw from that game. That's a draw, and even it's not anything good for Liverpool Football Club. Gula Mustafa said 84 minutes. That's what he said. Phantom said the score comes from Phantom Brothers. Brother going okay. Nunez has missed a sitter. DJ South said 84 minutes. Oh my goodness. Oh, this. I mean, Luton Town, they need to get to win. And they will be writing all the headlines because Luton Town down there beating Liverpool, who is supposed to be challenging, putting pressure on Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, and Manchester City. Luton Town cannot even stand anyone. Everyone is beating Luton Town. Sorry, Ryan. Sorry for I know it's not fair. Jesus Christ. What am I missing here? Ateta is begin. Okay, I think I've read that one. I've read almost pretty much everything right on the screen. Goodness, I can't even go in for the combined 11. That would be too long for the stream. I can see, so I can see on my screen over here. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Give me a second. All right, we're back again. Sorry, guys. I have to refresh my link because I can't tell. We've done 1 hour and 8 minutes of streaming. We're gonna try and wrap up. Ryan is back on his computer. Ryan, you're back on your computer, right? I could tell because
Yeah,
uh,
I'm back. I'm back.
the Weston knee is Liverpool had a corner and they broke from that on the counter and scored. Ooh, this counter attack. Let's see if Liverpool can get one to get an equalizer. At least 1-1 will be good for Liverpool. Oh,
I think you're probably saying this will be the biggest upset of the season so far. I know Wolves beat Man City. That was a big shock, but Luton Town, newly promoted Luton Town, beating Liverpool.
yeah, and they've not. I think this is going to be the second win. This will be the second win if they win it. This would be their second win. So 6 points in 10, is it 8 or 9 Premier League games?
Oh
Second
my
win.
God.
Second win in 9 Premier League games. That's a history. And it came out from nowhere by Liverpool. Is it Luton Town playing home, right? They're playing home. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
playing
they're
home.
playing home.
And Ryan, do you know what? Do you know what another history they make it? This is the first time they're playing in their home ground. First time playing in their home ground, and they're winning against a Liverpool team. First time playing their home ground. They've been playing. I think I don't know where they've been playing because the stadium was not ready since beginning of the season. So now it looks like their home ground is going to give them some kind of a momentum to start winning games. If you go to Luton Town ground, it's going to be a difficult ground for you to go and win. Just like it is with going to St James's Park, Newcastle. They will murder you. They will murder you. Ross. Okay, Rose the balls. Barkley started the counter attack. Ross Barkley. Chelsea and Everton agent. Okay, Barkley. Chelsea and Everton agent Barkley is destroying Liverpool so far. If Liverpool lose, I want to listen to club post-match interview. That will be funny. That will be funny, guys. That will be funny. Guys, if you're just joining us and watching us live on YouTube, do not forget to drop a like on the video. I think we've said it all. We've go through the preview, the nitty-gritty of the big game that we played in White Hart Lane Monday evening, which is Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspurs, Hotspurs and Chelsea, who has the upper edge over the other. We've looked at head-to-head analysis and who can win the game. We've dig into it, and you guys have also said something. I'm gonna drop the link in there. If you're free, you're fine. We have only, I think, last 10 minutes for the viewers to have their say. If you're free, you have time, I'll put the link in there. You can join us here. If not, then we can make it another day or maybe a Monday when we come live.
Nee,
So the link right
should
there.
we talk should we talk a little bit about Man United?
Oh, sure, why not? Ryan, I thought maybe I'm trying to cut it off because I don't like to keep my co-host for too long. But if you feel you have a little bit of time, I have some few time I can spare and spare with you, and then we can talk about Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag. Go ahead, sir.
Absolutely. I think they were lucky to beat Fulham, but it's a result that definitely eases the pressure on Eric Ten Hag, and he is under a lot of pressure just because they're losing so many games. There's a lot of stories circulating in the press that there's a lot of toxicity and conflict behind the scenes. Players, not talking to each other. Players are disagreeing with Eric Ten Hag's coaching methods. You got Marcus Rashford going out clubbing in Manchester after the Manchester derby because it was his birthday. So there's a lot of dark clouds still hovering over Manchester United, and I don't think they're sailing clear of trouble anytime soon. I still think they're under pressure. What
I
do you
agree with you
think,
100%.
me?
Yeah, I do. I do agree with you. There's a lot of pressure on Eric Ten Hag in terms of people can't tell the philosophy. They can't tell the tactics. You could tell the difference when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or maybe Eric what's his name, Louis van Gaal was with Manchester United. You could tell what they're doing. What Eric what's his name again? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his style and what he was playing. But you can't tell if Eric Ten Hag said he brought in attacking philosophy. They want to build out from the back, and he said everything. But when they're playing, to be honest with you, since the introduction of Onana have had the long balls played from his own half more than he has done from building out from the back. So as Ten Hag said, they were supposed to build that play from the back. To me, it's not true. Statistics tells you Onana is always hooping the ball because he doesn't trust his back four. He doesn't trust the Maguires, the Lindelofs, the Wan-Bissaka's, and whoever, if it's Dalot or whatever, we're playing his left side or right hand side. He doesn't trust any of them. So he's always going for long balls. So where is that philosophy that Erik ten Hag said he brought. He said he brought an attacking philosophy to blend with Manchester United's style of play. But I don't see it. Not so sure if you see it, because I was also listening to Pandit, and what they said is now Manchester United Erik ten Hag is the highest. I think I was is it the odds or something? He's the highest coach there to be in the chopping list to be sacked in the Premier League. So, as you said, I agree with you
Yeah, that
100%. The pressure is mounting on him.
that doesn't surprise me, Nee, and that's a very telling statistic, isn't it? He's even shorter odds to be the first manager sacked than teams that are in the relegation zone. So that's really startling. But yeah, I mean, I can't think of one signing Manchester United made in the summer under Erik ten Hag who's turned out, to be a successful signing so far. Hoyland, I know he's a player for the future, but he's not scoring goals. Um, Anthony, the winger,
Mhm.
he's just looks like a complete flop. Doesn't want to work hard. Doesn't influence games. He's a flashy moments player. They've got Amrabat, who joined on loan, but he looks rusty. He just doesn't look like he's up to speed with the demands and the tempo of the Premier League. They've got real problems. They've got players like Ericsson and Casemiro who just don't look like they've got the legs anymore. They're
Yeah,
really lacking
Casemiro don't
energy.
have the legs. Yeah, Casemiro don't have the legs anymore, Ryan. If we get a look at the signings that they've made this season, Erik ten Hag have made lots of huge mistakes, and I'll say bringing in players that you've worked with, which are suitable for the Dutch league, doesn't mean that they can be successful in the English Premier League, and those are the mistakes that he's done. Instead of looking at the players either outside your Dutch league, that are players that you've worked with, or looking for Premier League players. Why were they not looking at Madison? Tottenham, look at Madison. Look at how good he's been with Tottenham Hotspurs. Why were they not looking at Harry Kane? Why didn't they put so much investment in trying to bring Harry Kane to Old Trafford? Look at how good Harry Kane has been performing with the German giant Bayern Munich. Why didn't they look at him? He's been trying to get Harry Maguire out. He can't get him out. Would you blame Erik ten Hag, or would you blame, I wouldn't say the Glazers, because the Glazers got nothing to do with this. They put lots of money down. Look how much money they spent on Mason Mount, Hoyland, who else? Anthony, 90 million from Ajax. He hasn't done nothing. He spent 90 million on him. So money from the Glazers, they've put the money there, but then they haven't spent the money right. They in terms of where the kind of players that can come in and change, Manchester United. Would you look at the signings and say no, the signing hasn't gone right? Right.
Yeah, the signings haven't gone right, and he's not been able to, phase these players into his formation, his tactics, style of playing, get the best out of them. I mean, Mason Mount, obviously he's had some injury issues since he joined Man United, but he's hardly had any influence on games. Oh, Liverpool have equalised.
Good. At least a
And it's
1-1
that,
should
and
be
it's
able to
that
finish the game.
man, Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz. You're not gonna.
It's very
Luis.
fitting
I
that
mean,
it's
that's
Luis
good.
Diaz.
Yeah. No one else but Luis Diaz who's going through a lot. Is Nunez out? Is
Nunez
Nunez still
is,
playing?
I think he's still on the pitch. And Luis Diaz is taking his top off, and he has a message on his shirt.
I hope it's not anything that the
He
Premier
has a
League is gonna
message on
flag.
his. He has a message on his shirt which says it's for his father, which I think is very touching.
Right. I'll see if I can get that image and then share that image with our viewers and those that are watching. Because I don't want the Premier League. I mean, if it has to do with his father, then that's okay. He's just gonna get a yellow card, and that's fine. All right. So, Phantom of Many Topics says Scott McTominay is their best goal scoring threat at the moment. Scott McTominay is a player that they didn't even want in the football club. They didn't even want him. Once upon a time, he was about to leave the football club. Now he has turned out to be the savior for Manchester United, which is a shame. I know my brother here, Gulam Mustafa, said Tahir Chong, or whatever his name is, Tahir Chong. He also mentioned his name here. Is okay. Ton is okay. Ten Hag is known to sign young players, but young players they don't. Who on earth have won the Premier League with young players? I've said that against Chelsea. Who on earth? It can't happen in the Premier League. It doesn't happen. He did the same in Ajax. For Ajax, it worked. Yeah, it will work with Ajax. Look at them. Look at the money being spent in the Premier League. Every player, Premier League team is going in for the best among the best. Maybe when you look at the Dutch team, it's Ajax that gets the best players in the Dutch league. Almost all the players wants to play for Ajax. So there you have all the best teams in Ajax going to in the Dutch league going to Ajax. So definitely, why wouldn't they win all the trophies in the Dutch league? Anyone that is moving away from Brazil, good players, you say good players, not top players, they find themselves someone around Portugal or maybe the Dutch league, and they start from there and they work their way to the Premier League or maybe the German league or the Italian league or the Spanish league. So Ajax is there to take all those good players in the world. So that is why it works very well for the Dutch league, because the competitive nature in the Dutch league is not anywhere compared to what we have in the Premier League. Ateta said it's the most difficult league in the world, and everyone is being competitive. Aston Villa, they've spent lots of money in their team. Chelsea, I've spent over $1 billion. Manchester City are still spending lots of money. Doku have come in. Lots of players are coming in. They spend money on loan players. Newcastle United are spending lots of money too. Manchester United, the same thing. Tottenham Hotspur is the same thing. Liverpool, the same thing. So the competitive nature in the Premier League is very high. You cannot do what you did at the Dutch league, do the same thing in the Premier League. It won't work. It won't work. So that's a big mistake he did, spending 90 million on Anthony. Anthony is a show boy guy. He's not a match-winning guy. He's just useless on the right-hand side. And if you're a striker and you're playing with Anthony, I don't know how I'm gonna say it, but you'll be very, very upset because this guy never crosses the ball. He cuts in and trying to shoot, and they're always awful. So if you're a striker like Ivan Toney or maybe Romelu Lukaku standing in the 18 waiting for Anthony to deliver any cross to you, forget about it. It's never gonna come. It's never gonna come. That's what he does. He always gets to the flanks, cut in with his left, and either do step overs for the cameras to. I've seen those step overs on TV, and it's very, very funny. So I think the signings that Erik ten Hag have done, it's not right. It's not working. He's wasted so much money. Now, what I feel is Manchester United are preparing the way for Carrick could come in and take over the job, and Carrick is going to need lots of money, almost about 400 to 300 to 400 million, trying to get lots of players out, because so many players that he has to send out of the football club. Martial is one of them. If you can argue, it's the England striker. What's his name again? Ryan, can you help me out? The one that preferred to play on the left side, but then sometimes Erik ten Hag put it in the middle. I forgot the striker. This black guy, what's his name again? Rashford himself, I don't have that trust in him. How good is Rashford? Oh, you have to bring in players that can support Rashford's style of play. Annabelle, all these players, are they good enough to wear Manchester United jersey? Jadon Sancho has to go. Maguire has to go. Lindelof has to go. So lots of players has to go. So you're talking about almost about 400 million have to be spent again with what Ten Hag has spent. If you give him another time, it means that you have to spend almost 300 million to bring in more players. Wan-Bissaka, not good enough. Good defending, but not good going forward. So lots of players has to be going away from Manchester United and bringing new players. Ryan.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. They've made a lot of mistakes with their recruitment. Um, and, this is the problem when they've had turnover of managers. They've got legacy players from previous tenures that are still there in the squad. I mean, it's crazy. They've got a back two right now, centre back pairing of Maguire and Evans. Manchester United. They're supposed to be an
And the
elite
goal,
club. They were playing
what
in
do
the
you make of the
Champions League and they've got
goalkeeping
Maguire and
situations
Evans.
too, right? Yeah.
No, listen, I like Onana. I think with time he will prove to be, a very good goalkeeper. And actually, I agree with what you were saying and I saw this in the Newcastle match they lost to in the Carabao Cup. He doesn't trust the defense. When it comes to playing the ball out from the back, he doesn't trust that they have the technical ability. Because when you're playing out from the back like that, you need to be able to beat the press, and he doesn't trust. So that's why he's kicking long a lot more than building out from the back, using his centre backs, using his fullbacks.
I agree with
But
you.
yeah,
I agree
Man
with you.
United have got Man United are a long way off where they aspire to be, and it's going to take them a very long time to climb the mountain.
Yeah. DJ Saab said that Dooku was a player. Dooku, we've been talking about Dooku all the time, man. Dooku and Mohamed
Gritty,
Kudus.
gritty, gritty, gritty.
Yeah, he does a gritty dance, man. I love Dooku, man. I was like, why should Romelu Lukaku be in the way when Chelsea want to sign Dooku? And also, I feel like Chelsea should have signed Kudus also. Creative, he gets goals from the midfield. We don't have players that get goals from the midfield. We're waiting for Lavia. We're waiting for Nkuku with 9 games gone or 10 games gone already in the Premier League. When is Nkuku gonna come back? But should in case Chelsea have signed Mohamed Kudus, the midfield need goals. The centre backs need to get some goals. At least let's get 10 goals from our defense a season. Let's get 20 goals from the midfield, and let's get the striker himself or the attacking players get 20 goals from there. We will find ourselves in a better position. But we didn't do the right thing. The right things were not done. We're lacking from all departments. No goals. Defense don't get goals. Set pieces, we miss them. Uh, um, Levi Cole doesn't get goals. Disasi has got 1 goal so far. Who else? Thiago Silva is not pushing hard because he's not as young anymore. 38 years old, 39 here soon. How much can we expect from Levi Cole? But just like my brothers over here said, we're still on Manchester United. We're still live on the Football Minutes live on Blueclouds Media. My name is Nick Zion, to be precise, and I have my brother here, Ryan, who is a Liverpool fan. I don't think he's a little bit happy right now. I mean, Luton Town. Gulam Mustafa said Luton Town can take this as a victory. So still Luton Town can take a draw as a victory because first time playing at a home ground and having a draw with Liverpool, it's a sign of a progression. They can move on from here. DJ Saab said Dooku, what a player he is. Absolutely. Ten Hag wanted Frankie de Jong, ex-Ajax player, ends up getting Anthony. Eric de Jong himself, de Jong hasn't done anything better. I don't think so. Is he Van der Beek? Okay, Van der Beek. De Jong is, I think, with Manchester, Barcelona, right? I think he's with Barcelona. Okay, Dooku is doing well because Pep set up the team like that. Yeah, he set up. I mean, Pep brings in players that can understand his philosophy, that understand his style of play. So he brings in the right players, and every player that he brings in works well for his style of play. Luton 1, Fulham 1, match ended. So 1-1. Thank you very much, Gulam, for the update. De Gea didn't trust his defense. LOL. De Gea didn't trust them either. The same thing with Maguire. But I think Maguire has been their best player in the past 2 games that they've played. Maguire has been their best player. So if Maguire is the player that the coach that wanted him out is now being the savior, and McTominay, that should tell you a lot that what is going on with Manchester United, it's not good. These are the two players the club or the manager want them out. Now they've got the opportunity playing, and they are now the best players. And everybody can tell me or can say that Maguire is not that good. He's not reliable. Man United used to laugh at City until Mourinho opened the eyes about City heritage and how they invested in the players like Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, football heritage. Football heritage. To tell you, this is football heritage. Kevin is not playing still. Look at City. Yeah, City are playing without Kevin De Bruyne. Phantom says good night. Phantom, have a good night, my brother. I'll see you guys
I
again on
think
Monday. Today is Sunday. But
That's the scariest point, isn't it? That Man City are without their best player and they're top of the league.
they're
Imagine
top
when
of
he
the
comes
league.
back,
Haaland is not banging in the
the
goals
form that
because of
they'll be
Kevin
in.
De Bruyne.
Yeah, Haaland's not their striker's not scoring, as prolifically as last season, and they don't have their most creative player either, and yet they're still comfortably winning most of their games. But just quickly on Jeremy Doku, Ghanaian roots. This guy is going to be a superstar. He has this burst of acceleration over 5 yards, which I don't think I've seen in the Premier League since maybe Cristiano Ronaldo. It's just electric. You can't. No defender can stop him because he can go inside, he can go outside, he can dribble past you. You just don't know what he's going to do. He's just an absolute nightmare for a fullback. And when he isolates a fullback and runs at you, you're in big trouble. He still has aspects of his game he needs to improve, like his crossing and maybe
Yeah.
his finishing as well. But boy, what a talent!
Ryan, this Saturday we've seen lots of surprises. The scorelines has been a little bit surprising scorelines over the Nottingham Forest. They beat Aston Villa 2-0. Nottingham Forest beat Chelsea 1-0. Nottingham Forest with Steve Cooper, and you could tell that last season Steve Cooper did not know his starting 11, but this season he knows all his starting 11, and he has repeated the same starting 11 over and over again, and he's yielding some results.
It is. Nottingham Forest famously, beat Arsenal towards the end of last season, which resulted in Man City winning the Premier League. And yeah, he's always been a great manager. I think Steve Cooper. It's as good as winning a trophy last season. Keeping Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. So I'm glad to see them doing well this season. And yeah, another English manager proving themselves.
Another English manager proving himself over there, Steve Cooper. Yes, but we don't see our brother. What's his name? Santos.
Potter.
Santos. Yeah, Santos.
Oh,
No,
Santos. Sorry.
Santos. I think there's been rumors that Santos might end up moving to the Portuguese league. Probably his style of play, either it doesn't suit Steve Cooper, or maybe it doesn't suit the Premier League. But I found it to be very, very, very stupid decision that Chelsea made. All the players that played very well in the preseason, that were very, very good in the preseason. All these players have been loaned out of the football club. And you're talking about, Diego Morero and Santos is one of them. And who else? Andrew, and I think Gabriel or something like that, who has been loaned into the French league. We're one of the players that were cooking in our preseason games. But the club end up loaning all of them. But then Gulam Mustafa, thank you very much, bro. You are rocking the comment section. You DJ South and you and DJ South, Phantom of Many Topics, rocking the comment section. We will improve for sure coming from Gulam Mustafa. Oh damn, Forest, absolutely. Forest are doing very well. They're cooking something. Steve Cooper is cooking some good meal over there. Players, he's got the players working. The number of players they've brought into the football club is a lot, but now he's got them playing very well, understanding his style of play. So guys, it's been a long time. It's been here. It's been an hour 34 minutes of streaming. That's longest. It's been a long time since we did an hour 34. That's when we have my brother Ryan, who is he knows his football in and out very well. He's a Liverpool fan, so all the time when I call on him, he gives a different perspective on how he sees things. So we've talked about Erik ten Hag and his Manchester United. We talk about a little bit of Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, nightmare 2-0. They've lost after the praises of Unai Emery, seeing him as one of the best managers. He didn't go well for him at Arsenal, but then he's doing very well with Aston Villa. So we've talked about Aston Villa, we've talked about Forest, we've talked about Chelsea, the big game on Monday night, London Derby. But we'll see. We'll be back again, guys. We will be back again tomorrow, and we'll talk about the game. So Ryan, thank you very much, my brother. What do you want to say before we bring the stream to an end? Is there anything you want to say for your brother Erik ten Hag in Manchester United or Liverpool? Liverpool and his
nothing.
Nunez.
Listen, lucky escape for Liverpool today. We didn't play well. You could argue Luton deserved the 3 points, but it was a fitting end, poetic end to see Luis Diaz get the equaliser. And just prayers for him, his family, and hopefully, he gets to see his father very soon. Great stream as always. And last words are shame on you, Mikel Arteta. Shame on you.
Stop reading my mind. I was going to tell you, Ryan, what kind of a message are you sending to Arteta? And then you said it. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you, Mikel Arteta, said our brother Ryan. So shame on you, said Ryan. Stop whining. You're talking too much. Everyone have seen the errors coming from the Premier League. Things did not go everyone's way the way they expected it. So take it as a pinch of salt. We'll move on from there. Guys, it's been a wonderful stream. I always say, Leo Desperandos, hang on to hope. It's been me. My name is Nate Zion, live on the Football Minutes, brought to you by Blueclouds Media on our channel. If it's the first time watching us here, do not forget, we're still living, but we got 8 of us watching the stream. Forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also so you don't miss, keep your bell notification icon at all times so you don't miss anything from this platform. Good night, good evening, or good morning, wherever you are on the continent watching us live. We'll see you again. Ryan and I will say, Leo Desperandos, au revoir, they say in French. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV.